Hi, this is G Mac for the Razor Company, and today's shave will be focused on a shaving brush. I've often featured soaps that I love and that I've just discovered. I often feature razors that I absolutely love, some which I've been using for a long period of time, some which are new, and some which friends pass me to try out. But this particular brush is my favorite brush of all time. And this, as you can see, this is the candy striped handle from the AP Shave Company, and the knot, which is very, very badger-like in behavior. This is the G5C knot, which is a prize-winning knot, and it's got the AP Shave Company logo right behind. So I'm going to very, very clearly talk about the brush. There's a reason for it. When I saw the brushes on the Razor Company website, I remember the deep blue handle is what got me to fall in love with it, but at that period of time, the G5C knot was not available. There was a lovely brown handle and there was the yellow layered handle. Absolutely gorgeous collaborations between Andrew of AP Shave Company and the Razor Company. So Andrew is this really lovely bloke, started off the company in 2016. He's very helpful. Just like other artisans who pride themselves on their work, he will never try to sell you something just because it's expensive. You can reach out to him, or you can even reach out to the Razor Company and write to them on the specifications or what you're looking for on a brush. I had absolutely no knowledge of, loft, of height, nothing really. But I did tell Andrew what I was looking for in terms of splay and backbone. I wanted a balance, which is what he gave me. If you write into the Razor Company, they'll be able to provide you with that information as well. They're always on hand to help. So this brush, the reason why I got it is because it's got the candy striped handle. There weren't any available at the time, but Andrew had one left with him, so he obliged. And the reason why I did get the candy striped handle is because during university days and then just out of it, I worked as a clown. My folks think that I probably continued with that into the adult life, but actually, and I did have a clown name. My clown name was Chuckles. So I had an outfit, a pajama that was very much like this. It was a funky pajama. Wouldn't fit me now though. I was a lot thinner. And it had this lovely tailcoat that went with it. That was kind of a matching tailcoat. So this brush was important to me. I also wanted a brush that was a bit badger-like in behavior, but I don't use badger brushes as a rule, and that's just personal. I have friends who swear by them and will only use badger. So I wanted something that behaved a bit like badger but wasn't badger, so a synthetic. I love synthetic brushes. Let me tell you a little bit about this brush and about Andrew. So the AP Shave Company was set up by Andrew in 2016. Like you and me, he is a wet shaving enthusiast, and he created the tuxedo knot, which became very popular. From there, he went on to create the cashmere knot, the Sinbad knot, independent knot, titanium knot, and then of course you have the G5 series. So the G5A series and the B series, which behave different from the G5C, the fibers are imported from Germany. And the G5C, the fibers come from Japan. There's also a new series, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Pure Bliss, where the fibers come in from, I think, Thailand. And there's another series, of course, the Mueller, STF, those come in from Germany. So great brushes, absolutely. And you'll find that collaboration with TRC featuring the deep blue, the yellow layered handle, and of course the brown handle. Absolutely fantastic. You can choose the knot you want. So this knot, the reason I wanted it is I wanted a knot like this, which had a bit of backbone. You see that? It's not very springy, but it's springy enough. At the same time, it's got a bit of splay. I wanted a knot for the balance. I did not want something that had too much backbone, was too stiff, and I did not want something that was just going to splay on your face. So that's pretty much it as far as the knot is concerned. We'll talk a little bit more about Andrew as well, but right now, the other bits for the shaving gear, I'm going to go in with the Proraso single blade of Firenze, which is Cypress and Vetyver. You will get Proraso products from the Razor Company, but sometimes this particular well, single blade series gets sold out and it's not available as well, or sometimes it's really out of production. They don't continue with their production for some reason. But I've got to thank my friend Paul from Australia for sending this. Paul, huge thank you to you. I absolutely love this. He sent me 2 tubes. One was the Cypress and Vetyver, and the other was the Azure Lime. Thank you very much for that. So let's get straight down to the shave itself. For the razor, I'll be using the Shield Avenger. That's a Razor Rock titanium halo handle, but the Avenger is the AC blade head. You can see the reveal there. So there's an AC blade in it, which is the Feather Professional, and you can also buy this from TRC. Absolutely love these blades. Very efficient, very sharp. I get about 6-7 shaves from each blade, and AC blades, somehow they have their own magic, and we'll talk about that later. For the aftershave, I'll be going in with a very, very traditional aftershave, nothing fancy. Old Spice original. Smell like a man. So straight down to business. Let's get down to the shave itself. And while we get on with the shave, also a very, very important bit to manufacture. I don't know if you've seen all the amazing stuff that TRC have been doing with the Never Alone series. Go check it out, read about it. And there's also the Unstoppable release that happened, which comes from Jason for a friend of his. I always love, any company that has depth and that has heart. So there you go. Didn't take too long for that to get going, and I think let's get into our first pass itself. I never like to wet the face too much, so I'm gonna go with the first pass. So there's something nice about the Cypress and Vetyver. It's got a woody finish. It's a wood-forward fragrance for certain, and slight cooling, almost like menthol. It's there. You can get it quite. It's quite prominent actually. I do hope that you have been enjoying your shaves as much as I have been. If you do have any questions regarding this particular shave, you could always shoot it across to us, and we'll somehow or the other, answer that. I could answer it probably in the next video without fail. This fragrance is really nice. If you like woody fragrances, I would suggest you search for this, and if you can find it, just grab it. The performance of this soap is slightly different from the regular Proraso offerings. This is the single blade series, so and I think we are ready for our first pass. Always want to make sure my hands are not wet. I don't like them being wet during the shave. Not because the razor handle is slippery, it's quite grippy actually. So let's go with the first pass. Oh, that cream is really nice. It's doesn't pack in the same kind of slickness as a soap, but it's there. It's there, and it's got good cushion. I've got a good friend of mine, and whenever he wants to ask if it's a soap that you like or a razor or a blade that you like, and he will never ask you a straight question like, is that a razor you like or is that a soap you like? His question will always be, would you buy it again? And I think that's fair, really. It's just a single line, a single question that actually says it all. If you would buy it again means you do love it. It's funny how that Vetyver fragrance is not that strong, but I can get the Cypress fragrance is more forward. Vetyver just actually sits in the background. I do like Vetyver. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do like it. I find it very pleasant. But I did have a friend of mine in college days who absolutely hated it. He said it reminded him of sick wood or herbs. What is sick wood? If you figure that one out, tell me. I still haven't. There's, a very intriguing bit about single edge razors, and I always talk about it, especially artist club razors like this. When you shave with them, and you always wonder, why do I need to bother about D razors, sometimes the blade alignment and all that put together? These razors, the alignment is spot on. They're always a comfortable shave. They always deliver the goods. They're exciting to use. Matter of fact, I do understand that a lot of shaving enthusiasts will recommend that a beginner, shifts from, say, a cartridge razor to a half DE blade. Over a period of time, I've always kind of been on the fence about that. To me, I find that someone that shifts from a cartridge razor would probably do better with shifting towards an AC blade razor. And that's simply because cartridge blades might not be as thick as an artist club blade, but they have a similar kind of form, thin long blades. They don't have the D kind of edge and balance. And I always enjoy using an artist club a blade inside the razor. And that's our first pass done. Just a quick rinse. Before we get to the second pass, quick check. Just have a little bit here. But it's a smooth shave. Nothing to complain about. So let's get on with our second pass. And this is what I was talking about with the AP Shave Company brush, right? It's great for painting strokes, as you can see. It's great for face lathering, you know, if you just kind of miss face lathering for a bit, and then you can see that splay. It's not really like many other brushes, because the backbone is still retained. But it's an absolutely fantastic brush. This is the kind of brush that I like. And maybe, you know, there are a lot of my friends who don't like that. Oh, I forgot to mention that I was using the Oaken Lab bowl today. So I do apologize for that. But a lot of my friends do like to have brushes that they can spend about half an hour on their face with it. Well, this lather is amazing, actually. I thought the lather would break down, you know, after some time, like a lot of shaving creams do. This is an absolutely fantastic lather. And I've actually enjoyed using it. Absolutely marvelous lather. Just going to set this down, get into our second pass. So remember, anything from Proraso, you can actually get it at you can get it on the Razor Company website. There's a range of creams which come in the tube. And then you have those little containers that have the soap, which is more crope, actually. It took me a while to figure that out when I first started shaving, that it meant cream and soap. So here we go with the second pass. Just trying to figure out which way. So let's start off with against the grain. I have a very different growth, so when I am shaving, you know, under the jawline, on the neck area, I sometimes have to go across the grain. Did I say sometimes? Let's make that every time. I've always said this in every single shave, you know, map your growth out on your face, so that you don't have to unnecessarily go ahead and do 3 passes, 3.5 passes. I know friends who do that, but for me, it's not possible. And there's a reason I'm saying it. Every time you go over the skin, remember that little layer that comes off. If you do it once, it's like getting a facial. If you do it twice, it's like getting a scrub. Your third pass, it's like a rough scrub. Just trying to find the right words to describe it. It's more like a scrape than a scrub, actually, the third time around. But some people thrive on 3 passes. I don't. I stick with 2, maybe a few touch-ups. Surprisingly, this razor does hold a lot of lather when you shave with it. So just getting back to our main focus for today's shave, of course, AP Shave Company. Go to the Razor Company website, check it out. You can also go to Andrew's. You can also go to Andrew's website too. Nothing like it, but I would suggest that you actually pick it up from TRC if possible, for the simple reason that collaboration. Remember what I said? Those are the brushes that got me to fall in love with the AP Shave Company, especially the deep blue handle. Go look it up. Absolutely fantastic. Reminds you of the waves in the ocean. As far as the shaving cream is concerned, as far as the aftershave is concerned, you can get all of them. Maybe not the Cypress and Vetyver, but Proraso blue is fantastic. The white is fantastic. The sandalwood is great. I would recommend any of them any given day. That's a part of my face that I'm most careful with. When I first started DE shaving, I used to laugh at myself. Because every time I'd get under the nose and I would start twitching like my nose like a rat or a bunny who's just been hit with pollen or something like that. It was just funny. So time, of course, for a quick rinse. We're done with our second pass, and then let's look at the shave review and, of course, get to the post shave. I think that was a very good shave. What do you think? So, going to look very quickly at what we used for the shave today, and also get a bit of alum on my face before that. That is most important. One of the good things about, AC blade razors, 9 out of 10, I get absolutely no sting. But it's always a close shave. If it's not BBS, then it's, DFS or DFS plus. It's strange how even, shaving results have their own terminology, isn't it? So for the shave today, let me very quickly remind you that the star of the show, of course, was, it's still got the lather on, but the candy striped handle brush from the AP Shave Company, mainly for the G5C knot, with the fibers, of course, come from Japan. The G5A and B fibers come from Germany, as I did mention earlier. Along with that, the razor is a very important razor for me, and we'll get to the razor in just a little bit, but first, let's get a bit of the aftershave on. For the aftershave, I decided to go really, I'm not going to say old school, because I'll probably fit into that as well. So I'm going to say traditional. Does that sound better? Or classic? I think Old Spice kind of beat me to it, because they don't call it traditional or classic. They just call it original. So let's go with the original aftershave. I do love it. I don't know if you're like me, but when I was in college and I couldn't afford perfume, I used to put this on my shirt. Oh, it's always so good. Always has a great memory. It reminds you of your uncles who used this, or your dad. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. I do love it. So when I was in college, especially in junior college, and you had no money and you had to go out with your friends, or probably you knew that the nicest girls in your class or in the college were coming, you wanted to impress them and you did not have the money to buy eau de parfum or eau de toilette, you just splashed down some Old Spice. It always worked. It always worked. I mean, if I did run out of money at any time, Old Spice. It serves its purpose. So the razor for today, as I did mention earlier, was the Shield Avenger. It's a razor that's become quite popular, made by my good friend Mike of Shield Razors, and very easily available. For the shaving cream, of course, was very simple as well, but that's the Shield razor, the Shield Avenger, just to give you a good view of it. It's an Artist Club series razor. For the blades, I use the Feather Professional. And, oh, that's Japanese. Let me show you the English part of it. Yeah. And the aftershave, I did show you. The shaving cream was a Proraso Cypress Vetyver single blade series. Going into the single edge razor made sense to use single blade series shaving cream. So that's about it from me, GMac, for today. I'll be back with you with another shave reel soon, and probably a look at shaving soap samples the next time around. But for now, it's time for me to shut shop and ship out of here. And on behalf of the Razor Company, it's time for me to say bye-bye for now. But don't forget to catch me again real soon.